So at the time I'm recording this video, Type Soul currently has 92,000 players. This is a lot of players, but it also peaked at around 180,000, I believe. And it's lost half its player base in 2 days. Everybody already knows by now I am cool with the people on the developer side, but we have to have some accountability here, fellas. I just don't want the game to die out so quick. 92,000 is still a lot, don't get me wrong, but I have my own complaints to go through because this isn't the first time something like this has happened. First thing is first, matchmaking being a problem is a big issue right now. The only reason why I'm able to have access to this lobby in the first place is because people are constantly testing it. But like I said, again, accountability here. The game was closed for like 8 months, and now a big portion of this game isn't playable. I know a lot of people progging their Fullbringer slots right now, trying to get their actual mode. You can't even get your mode right now because it requires you to get ranked wins, and you can't access ranked right now. Soul Wars is something you can't do right now either, and you get Vow of Sacrifice from it. And then Clan Wars is just terrible right now. I don't know if the loot in there is even good. We haven't even gotten to that portion. I wouldn't be surprised if the loot in some of these game modes were trash. You can see right now I'm just testing the game mode actually. So the things I'm complaining about right now will end up getting fixed in the future anyways. I still have more complaints that probably will not get fixed unless we do voice our opinions as a community. So you let me know your own problems in the comment section down below too. Oh sweet, I was just about to talk about this. Cetro said Ancient Vasto isn't bugged. There's more steps after you talk to the 3 NPCs. Now, I heard from one of my friends is you have to craft something, and one of the items is a Hogyoku ball. If he's talking about one of the wish orbs, that's pretty ridiculous. I am not leaking anything, by the way. Any developers watching this video, this guy isn't a tester at all. He is just a normal player playing the game, telling me what I need to do for Ancient Vasto. I know some developers have been mad about people leaking, but the information that I will be providing is coming from people who have had no prior advantages. Anyways, my point is for Ancient Vasto, you have to get something that's really rare, damn near impossible to get. I don't know how many people even got a wish orb last opening. This was also another thing that I didn't like. Why did all items get reduced to 1? If this was to prevent people from BMing or whatever, you could have just made specific items get reduced to 1 instead of having everything reduced to 1, because now people are out here fighting for blue pills and red pills. On top of that too, raids weren't working for quite some time. I heard KT raids are fixed now, but only in some servers, so you're really fighting out here for red pills and blue pills, which is annoying. Let's look at this right here, right? Ring 1, a hardcore PvP realm consisting of new raids, insanely dangerous but highly rewarding. No, sir. I've heard the rewards are trash, but I also did hear 2 of the vows drop from these raids. So maybe the rewards are just trash, but you still have a chance to get the vows. Regardless, I don't like this idea because, like, bro, none of it is highly rewarding. The only highly rewarding thing is a chance for you to apparently get the vows from the raids, which is still unconfirmed. Like, I don't want to have my doubts, but, like, come on, man. It's kind of hard to believe that you actually get vows from these raids when the loot is also just terrible. On top of that, too, apparently King's Gambit is buggy. So please make sure that the hell raids actually work and people get rewards. That brings me on to my next point, where apparently every game mode has their own loot pool. I just hope that the exclusive things that every game mode has is actually a drop in those game modes. But like I said, again, Hell specifically needs more than just having the vows as a drop. Like, you are literally risking your slot's life out here. The base drops for Hell need to be better too. So when you get into Ring 1, you have to do this quest where you have to either win 40 ring raid 1 wins, right? Which is tedious. They need to reduce it to like 10, I'm gonna be honest. 40 raids is crazy. I think the raids in Hell only happen like every hour, right? And then it says I have to kill 50 Hell NPCs here. This is what the baseline should really be. But you have to start this quest by killing 120 Hell NPCs. And bro, if you're really locked in with like a full proper lineup, a medic squad and everything, you could probably get it done in like an hour or 2. But if you're playing by yourself or even with friends, like, dude, this just takes too long. And I have my volume down, by the way, because Hell music can't be reduced, and I also have the music volume level down. Hell music still plays even when you have the volume down, and I can't risk copyright. I already got copyrighted on my stream for the music, so I don't want to get copyrighted again. Let's just go here though, right? The best way to kill these mobs, by the way, is you just got to spam M1 against it with a friend, okay? And the worst part is you're going to see me spam M1, right? We're going to see if I get kill contribution here. That's really the worst part. You could really only like have a maximum of 3 people hitting the mob at once, because if that doesn't really happen, you don't get kill contribution. And look, I got people just out here team damaging me and everything, bro. It's a struggle out here. Oh, look, a raid's about to start. Also, another thing about these raids too, people are just going to leave. Nobody wants to get their slot, have a chance of wiping, especially when the rewards are dookie right now too. I promise you, people are just gonna leave this server. Let's go back to the Tiger Souls today NPC though. Look, you see me, bro? Like, dude, you have to do so much damage to the mob to even count as a kill. This quest needs to be reduced to at least 50 mob kills, 10 raid wins, and the contribution threshold needs to be tinkered with, bro, because this is just the first stage of hell. Some of these people aren't even doing the raids, probably because they know the rewards are trash. I'll just wait until this raid is finished here just to see if the rewards are even good. While we wait for this to go up to 100%, because this is pretty long, I do want to address the NPCs too, these boss NPCs, okay? So the NPC of the first ring, you can fight it with up to 3 people, and the best way to do it right now is just to have 2 medics and 1 speed user, and you can just run around and sustain and cheese it. I don't think that should be a thing. To my knowledge, I haven't gotten that far in hell yet. Every boss so far needs to be cheesed. You cannot beat it by normal means. Like, let's be honest here, Type Souls AI has always been janky. And then on top of that too, they've like put in some counter measurements to make sure you can't like beat the boss on kendo. Some of these bosses don't even take an eviscerate to the face. I know the first boss before you get to ring 1, you can't even use eviscerate on it because it just won't work. Vertical down split gate doesn't work either, so you can't true pierce it. This NPC specifically doesn't take true damage, I believe, or percentage damage from what I heard. Using true pierce on this NPC is also just useless, and it's like, why, bro? You're just gonna resort people to cheesing the boss instead of beating it quote unquote legit in the fair way. Type Souls AI is janky in the first place, so it's low-key cooked. I mean, my point is, you can't beat the boss unless it's by cheesing means. So either make it so that you recode the entire system so that the boss actually has like some sort of attack pattern and it's beatable and it actually feels like you've earned and beaten it through skill. I highly doubt that's ever gonna happen though, so just slightly make every boss easier, bro. There's just no point. You're promoting people to cheese the boss. It's the dumbest thing ever. I have to hop on to a freaking keto skill tree just to win against the boss or go on 60 speed. Kendo is completely useless on these bosses. You're just doing extra work if you decide to play Kendo. Oh my god, I got these mobs hitting me too and everything, bro. Like, damn. I just want my rewards just to see how trash they are real quick. Wow. 5 raid points. I got 5 raid points, man, for winning. High risk rewards, right, boys? Let's see what these loot crates provide. You know it's bad when this guy says, dude, these raid drops drop red pills. Like, nobody has red pills right now. It's crazy. Let's see. Oh my god, look at that. High rewards, boys. High rewards for some place where you can get wiped at, man. I love it. I love it so much. Last thing I want to go over before I end this video is the way to get your true mode. Now, everything is straightforward up until the part where after you complete the maze. Also, rare bug that happens, but it's still a bug regardless. If you end up beating the Ring 2 boss, as you can see, my friend got the badge and everything. He beat it with Horizon Core, and because of that, he got glitched out of the map. Now, you get the cracked medallion, right? And you're supposed to turn in this cracked medallion to Blair. So the only problem is he can't get out of here to get his true Shikai, and you might think, okay, just rejoin the server. Well, for some reason, if you rejoin the server, you lose your cracked medallion. If you do lose your medallion and try to beat the boss to get it again, you can't even get it. So my friend literally cannot get his true Shikai right now to get his true Bankai unless a mod like restores him, or if a developer goes in game to give him the true Shikai itself. After the maze part, there's no sense of direction on what to do to get your true mode, which is just so stupid. Like, there is literally no sort of hint afterwards. You have to do guesswork. I don't know why giving the community no sort of hint at all is supposed to be good. When they say true modes were super hard to get, yeah, they are hard to get by gatekeeping means, apparently. I don't get how prolonging this whole method just for somebody to leak it like 2 weeks later is supposed to be good for the game. But before you do that, like I said again, you should probably fix all of the other stuff in general. Hell is a buggy mess. People are quitting just because the main attraction of this update is terrible. And then, like I said again, matchmaking not working is also another reason why people just aren't playing the game. That's being worked on, but it should have been worked on in the past already. I've always hated this gatekeep CC mindset, bro. And I've said this too when hog frags and skill boxes used to be super rare. You noticed how when hog frags and skill boxes weren't super rare anymore, the game started becoming mainstream? I'm gonna be honest, bro. TypeSoul's first release was successful, but it wasn't mainstream like how the second release was. And the second release is what really took off with it. And I think a big contributing factor towards that is because things were actually grindable. You were playing game modes or just playing the game in general, knowing that if you did put a lot of hours into the game, you were going to get something back for it. We need to stop regressing and going back to the old ways and just do what worked in the past. You simply just don't feel rewarded enough for spending so many hours in hell right now. You simply just don't feel rewarded enough for spending so many hours in hell right now, yet alone even know if you're going to get anything out of it. Like, there's just nothing cool about this. There's content in this new update, but most of this content is not even accessible right now. That's really the main problem. I might have missed out on a few things, so you let me know your own problems with TypeSoul. Again, this is a video not to just, completely throw hate to the game. I just want this game to at least last for a year, because TypeSoul has not even lasted for a year yet. The first release, it didn't last for a year. Second release, it didn't last for a year. Third release, it didn't last for a year. This is the fourth release right now, and I need this to last for at least a year. Have a great day, y'all. I'm out.
All I gotta do is put my mind to this shit. Goddamn. Cancel out my ex, I put a line through that bitch. I like all my S's with 2 lines through them shits.